How many times do I have to tell you this, lady? This all happened a few months ago, so here is some backstory. I'm a rather large person, both in height and weight, 6 feet 7 and 240 pounds. I had a large amount of facial hair for being only 16. So it's pretty common for me to be mistaken for an adult. I was out at the local mall by myself because my parents weren't home for the day, and my mother gave me a shopping list for what we needed for the week. The mall that I was in was having a casual Friday, so most of the employees were wearing normal clothes. Only thing distinguishing them from customers was the name tag. I was in the produce section of the store when the story properly begins. I was buying fruit for my younger sister who was still at school at the time and some other things for the week when I noticed a mother with her daughter shopping just down the aisle from me. The mother, who we will call typical Karen, TK, had the "I demand to speak with your manager, and my child deserves insert entitled parent phrase looks, haircut, and all the other stuff" of a Karen. She looks over and starts walking to me as I'm finding what fruit is on the list. And then the idyll starts to play out. "Excuse me, but do you know where the dairy aisle is?" asks TK. "No, I don't. Sorry," I reply, being polite because there is no reason to be rude. "How do you not know where it is? You work here," TK says, now getting loud and irritated. "Well, that's the thing. I don't work here, lady. Now if you can excuse me, I need to find the breakfast aisle," I announce as I start to walk away. Suddenly, she reaches out and grabs my arm, digging her nails into my wrist. "How dare you walk away from me? I will have you fired for ignoring me," TK screeches, starting to draw attention. As I look over, I can see that her daughter is clearly as embarrassed as I was. "Listen, mom, I do not work here, not leave me alone," I announce, starting to get annoyed with her. I grab her arm and I remove it from my wrist, her nails having drawn blood at this point and a large red mark surrounding my entire wrist. Wrong choice. Without warning, she slaps me across the face, knocking me off balance, but I manage to keep myself from falling over. "How dare you assault me? I will have you arrested for assaulting a customer, and I will have you fired. As a matter of fact, I want to speak to your manager." There's the typical Karen phrase. TK shrieks at me. By this point, a manager has seen her smack me and has rushed over. We will call the manager Kyle, not real name. "Why did you just slap him, mom?" asks Kyle with clear concern. "You need to train your employees better. He ignored me and when I asked again, hit me in the face," TK shouts, avoiding Kyle's question altogether. "He doesn't work here. He is just a customer," Kyle explains. By this point, 2 officers had come in and had seen TK slap me. They immediately rushed over and restrained her, all while shouting that I tried to rape her. After she had been taken away, one of the officers had gone over to me and asked for my side of the story. Showing them the nail marks in my wrist and the handprint on my face, and after checking the camera, my story appeared to be truthful. To conclude the story, they asked if I wanted to press charges for assault, and me, being highly petty, said yes. TK wants to take me to court, but my father is having to deal with this because you can't sue a minor. And the court date is coming up soon. Once the ruling is finished, I'll make an update explaining the situation. I'll catch you all then. Sorry for any grammatical errors or the story being a bit jumpy. I'm not good with explaining stuff. I don't work here, miss. I am a French high school student and every evening I would go to the small store near the school to buy some stuff. One day, a while ago in June 2012-ish, I was going to that store as usual, and a short woman asked for some biscuits that were placed on a high shelf. I sure helped her. That was polite, I thought. I got back to my shopping, then another person began to shout on me something like this. Can't you hear me? I have been asking for you, and you ignored me. I am going to go see your manager and make you fired. At that point, I was actually surprised, because I was only 11, but I was tall too. She then got to the manager's office and she came back with the manager, pointing her finger at me, saying fire him, he is not even giving a damn about customers. The manager actually replied he is a customer too, not an employee. If he helped someone, this is because she asked him politely to help her, not in an angry manner like you did. She immediately got out of the store, and the manager apologized. 6 years passed since then, and I did never see that lady around the city again. Don't tell me Karen is back, please. You may have seen the I don't work here mispost I did in this subreddit. Now, it is the exact same story, but it happened to my little sister. She was getting some goods before coming home, in the same store I was in. She was wearing casual clothes when the store's employees wear uniforms with the store logo. She was picking up some dog food before Karen kicked in, asking multiple questions to my sister, like where's the Coke? I don't see it, my sister briefly said, just at the last aisle, where you can find water too. She got there, then she came back, saying I still don't see it. My sister started to be a little angry since she was going to be late and said maybe they don't have it in stocks. I hope you do realize Easter holidays, and that it is Friday today. Karen got away, but she came back with an employee, pointing her finger at my sis, saying it was her. Why is your colleague so ignorant? Reply from the worker, maybe she is because she doesn't work here. If you need help, go to an employee in the store, or to the checkout area to ask for someone, since this is a small store. She actually got out of the store with her groceries, silent. Yes, I work in this building, but I don't work here. Mandatory mobile user notice. So, quite a few years ago, I was working at a very popular and worldwide known fast food chain, aka MD. There was 2 MDs in my city, a big one, and a much smaller one. The smaller one was inside our local Walmart. Thing is, in my city, MD and Walmart had 2 different owners, so even thought some of the MD's employees, including myself, sometime worked at the MD inside the Walmart. We were still only considered MD's employees. The only place in the back store we were allowed was the place where our MD's stuff was, and we were specifically told that if a customer asked help for something Walmart related, we must go get one of their employees to help the customer. Anyways, when I was working at that MD, I would often take the opportunity to shop a bit in the Walmart after I punched out, before taking the bus to go home. And since I hated to change in the bathroom or having to bring a change of clothes, I would often shop in my MD's uniform, minus the hat. As you can imagine, countless times I had to explain that I was working at the MD only and had to get an employee to help them. Usually, the customers would understand, but some, well. One that particularly marked me was the one that refused to let me get an employee and asked me to get stuff for them in the back store. C is the customer, me is obviously me, and BM is my blunt manager. Me, I'm sorry, I'm not allowed back store, if you could just let me. C, bullshit. I saw you go there earlier, you're just too lazy. I don't fucking care if you punched out, I'm not waiting any longer, you're going to get what I want now. Me again, I'm sorry, but the only place I'm allowed is MD's. C, I have enough, where is your manager? I'm going to get you fired. Now, when this happened, we were close to the MD and I see my manager coming in for one of his daily visits. So, I told my manager that someone wanted to talk to him. Thing to know about my manager, he's chill, but very blunt. So, BM goes to the C. C, I want this employee fired. She refused to go in the back store to get what I need and was rude to me. BM, sir, we are only allowed in the area reserved for MD's stuff. We don't work at the Walmart. C seemed to be taken aback but apparently decided to lie to save his face. CO, I didn't knew that. She just said that she would not go and she was very rude. She was impolite, she swore at me and didn't do anything when I asked who could help me. Surely, you don't want employees like that? BM look at me as if to silently say WTF is this guy's deal. I just shrug, barely containing my tears at the situation. But thankfully, BM knew that I very rarely swore and that I was always polite, even with annoying people. After all, I already had worked for him a few years at the time this happened. BM, okay, first, I'm not gonna fire a good employee. Second, if she swore at you and was impolite, then I'm the poop. Finally, what my employees do when they are not working is none of my fucking business anyways. Now, I have work to do, so. With that said, BM goes back what he was doing and see leave. TLDR customer tried to get me fired because I couldn't help him and end up getting sassed by my blunt manager. Read the tag, dude. So I work for electronics company that rhymes best guy. Today when I just got off my shift, I decided to go to Walmart to pick up a shaving set. I am wearing an Under Armour quarter zip with my company's logo printed on the left chest area. I am walking by and this guy locks eye with me and asks if I can open up a cage item. I am wearing AirPods, so I didn't want to stop my music. So I point at the logo on my quarter zip. But he doesn't seem to understand. I patiently kept pointing at the logo till he realized that I don't work for Walmart. He laughs and I laugh and I walk away, happy that I finally got a story to post here. TLDR guy mistakes me for Walmart employee, even though my logo on the chest says I don't work for Walmart.